Hello and welcome to another Supreme Command cast with me, Battlemoose. I know it's been a while, but I am here, and hopefully I will get back into some semblance of regular casting like that is ever going to happen. But it is my hope and dreams. I've been playing a lot since Clutch of late, and I thought it'd be nice and fun to do a Setons Clutch cast because it's a real fun map to play. It is a very busy map with 4 players doing all sorts of shenanigans with each other. This is a fairly high rated lineup of people that we have, so hopefully we do have an interesting matchup and a fun time. Let's have a look. Importantly, we have got white, we've got chess to 100 first, Lucius in air position, so hopefully that won't be too much of an imbalance. We have got Mel Gibson 1700 versus Hildegard 1700, so we should have an even matchup in the front. I think for this class I'm going to focus on the front players and make sure and talk about things that they can and do and reclaim. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that the best position for both players to reclaim is this situation over here. You've got these T3 assault bots for both players, so moving the commander here in these positions to just grab what's nearby is, I think, the most cost-effective way of getting the reclaim first, and then I would tend to move towards the destroyers and generally towards the opponent's positions, and then try and reclaim backward as you go. In addition to the commander reclaiming, you also really want to send an engineer as well to just help get reclaim as well. Yeah, okay, so this is good because instead of just clicking reclaim on the Rex, he's doing a move and order, so he doesn't walk all the way to the wreck and then he just moves there and doesn't have to move all the way to the wreck, because you don't have to be adjacent to a wreck to reclaim. But if you do just click reclaim as out of range, the engineer will walk right next to it, and that's not what you want. You want him to be a little bit off so you can save some time, because you don't want to have to walk right next to it. So it's a really thoughtful movement and orders given towards these things, the reclaiming, and it's really important because if your air player can get more mass from the middle, then you're at a large advantage, and that's just exactly what you want. And that's why I send engineers to just try and get the reclaim in as quickly as possible. You also generally want to send a light assault bot or a tank or a scout to try and intercept and kill the enemy's engineer. This guy's a little bit late for that purpose, but I generally like to, right behind the engineer to have a little scout or a light assault bot to come and nab him and then run down here and cause trouble. Also worth noting is that because both front players are so committed and put so much resources in getting the reclaim, as they should and need to and must, their bases are very, very vulnerable to any kind of a drop if either of the enemy beach or rock players should choose to do that. It will often be extremely effective and very easy to do, but it does mean that attention is on the middle and not in either C. So if they either go for the drop on the enemy's middle base, then they kind of really start risking losing the C because the resources aren't going into that. And I tend to feel it's not a generally worthwhile play. I'd rather invest fully making sure that you gain C supremacy. But do note that a drop here with 4 engineers to build some T1 PDs real fast is crazy effective. It will just wreck this, but it does mean that is that worth leaving your opponent freely to just build ships and then rock up in your naval institutions with their destroyers and just wrecking your stuff. So decisions. And that's what makes a game like this interesting. Let's have a look at the build orders and what are some of the air players. So generally what people do these days is that they're going to upgrade the air factory to tier 2 after he's done building some other harass units, and then build a T2 engineer from the T2 air factory to build their T2 P giant, maybe 1 or 2, and then probably upgrading a tier 3 air factory to get a T3 P giant before razzing. You can razz off 2 T2 P giants, but there are a number of variations, and I'm not 100% sure exactly which one is the most effective. These guys hopefully might do know, and we'll keep an eye on exactly what they're doing. So the commanders are busy trying to get the harass or get the reclaim. Kind of cooperative, just walking, holding hands, shooting each other with laser blasts. It's kind of like a romantic stroll in the middle of Setons Clutch. Did he just reclaim a tree? I certainly hope not. It's difficult sometimes. Okay, so for front at this point, once it reclaims be gone, there are a few options. At this point, at 5 minutes, again, the gun upgrade and the comm can be crazy effective. You just basically walk up and shoot and kill everything. The T2 engineering suite upgrade is also very popular. You know, just pull in T2 PDs at TML or TMD. Alternatively, build in a T2 naval factory here, again the stress increases out. It's also really effective. So those are the three main options: get a gun upgrade, get a T2 engineering suite upgrade, or get a T2 naval factory. I would say the T2 engineering suite is generally the more common option than the gun. Maybe I just have a personal bias towards naval factory. I totally do, because I just really like the way it works. Just, you know, trading hit points, because yeah, where are you going to the ocean, Mr. Hildegard? Is that what's happening? Just trading places. Oh no, I got the positions wrong. I'm sorry. They're both running back home, like cowards do. Hover spam holdout. Okay, why? Wow, fuck! I hate hover spam. I don't like it. And my side will not fall, but I won't win either. That is the thing with hover spam, right? You build like 8 or 16 or 24 land factories, and you just spam auroras, or in this case auroras, and you just, you know, charge them into the ocean. Rally points here. And God, killing this base here when that's going on is just, you just can't get through it. The spam is just endless, literally. How is this? How is this happening? How did this get here? My goodness, must have done so. Oh my. Well, you know, it's the thought that counts, I suppose. That is pretty. That's a hero. I guess this is about heroic as a mole can get, and if that's not deserved of veterancy, then, you know, just nothing is, right? That mole deserves to be upgraded and veteraned and be hailed as a hero until he dies. We've got a drop coming in, which is great. It's just T1 just T1 but T1 RT can wreck people's days. Yeah, so once you've taken the rock, right, you have a transport left over, because presumably you transported engineers here with your air transport, and then seeing as you have an air transport, and seeing as you probably have land factories here which have not much to do, you can just drop in some RT and just wreck stuff, because this just costs 6 artillery pieces, because you already paid for the transport, and then you just drop it into this hole here, and you can just wreck stuff, and it's just the most cost-effective thing to do, and everyone should always at least try it, and it just really works. Fortunately, we've got who is this person? Stripe John from Sweden? Who knows? Maybe, but he was a little bit prepared with his only 3 pieces, which is great. He got like 1 T1 max, which doesn't really hurt much at all. I hummed. So the mod's still doing work. These things aren't going to do much more damage than they already have done. What's happening in the middle? We've got some services coming down. Not the best PD, but that is who's going to come first. Are they in range of each other? Cerebuses kind of just are shit. Like, I don't know if you know, and if you're watching this, you probably do know. Cerberus turrets, they are just shit. Yeah, a common thing that's not done is Mantis can help build. Not well, but they can help. So I think 2 Cerberuses are going to kill 1 Triad. I think that's the way it works. Like, you never want to lose a T2 artillery RT deal. That is a nice maneuver, you know, using your ACU as a heat shield, meat shield, then the let the PD do the work. Damn, this is actually going to turn the... I thought Mel Gibson was going to lose this PD duel for sure, but not so. I think he might win this, although his ACU is going to get very, very badly burnt. Choosing the... Ooh, yeah, shield, that's probably a very good idea, because he's not going to last too much longer in that situation. He really needs that shield, because he doesn't want to keep tanking this much longer. I mean, it's definitely hard to maintain this position. We've got the shield up, that's great. I kind of feel that one or both of these sides should have sent in a tier 1 to just help. Yeah, that was... I really liked that move from Mel Gibson. That totally won him the PD duel here. And because otherwise he's going to lose it for sure. Just move your ACU in the way, right? Just sacrifice his hit points. He doesn't need them. You never need more than 1 hit point, right? You never need more than 1 hit point. And once you've made that realization, it will set you free. And most probably dead. But yeah, you never need more than 1. You have a bomber here. I don't know what he's doing. But chilling like a villain. Maybe there's a lot of self-bot here. There are dead ranks. There's a Aeon Engineer there. Are you Aeon? Yes, you are. So we went to T2 gens and Tier 3 PGen. So there's no rise on the ACU, I don't think. And we went 3 T2 gens. And got rise on this ACU. So slightly different options of how to get to the build. They should be venturing towards their T3 mexes. Also note, P1 P-gens around the mexes, because mexes actually draw quite a lot of power when they're upgrading. So if you put the P-gens around there initially, you can save a fair bit of power, and because you're going to reclaim the P1 P-gens anyways, you might as well put them there. Because, you know, you might as well just reclaim the P1 P-gens and put that mass into T2 P-gens, because they are just more cost effective. Let's have a look at how people's masses are doing. Fantastic. So we're about 11 minutes in. It's a bit low. You got the T2 PD up, which is nice. Yellow says nice for a reason. I don't know. I can't make max storage. Oh no! I believe that was sarcasm. Why can't you make max storage? This is not how you want to arrange your P-gens at all ever, because one bomber run or 2 bombers and his day is just ruined. He can make storages, they are there. I don't know what he is talking about. Those are storages and everything's fine. We have question marks here. I don't know what that's about, but he has storages, so yeah, KTSO, or Hell as he is known. His name is Hell, but he plays as KTSO. No one knows why. He's like, yeah, hover spam instead of pulling Navy. I don't know why. Because Navy is better, unless you lose. But he didn't even try, so I guess Hell just really doesn't like Navy. I've seen him do this in a few games. He definitely generally prefers to go for the hover spam. But now White had to come and help against the Navy because Hell couldn't deal with himself. So we got Restorers out, dealing with those frigates. Yellow says you have a problem here, and they kind of do, because, you know, Restorers, nice. This is also a very common thing that people do. Build TML missile launcher on the ACU and then just TML the mexes. I mean, you know, Hildegard, he built his TMD, but you need more than one. Always need front radar. Everyone always says we need front radar. Please tell Foley that pure hover is valid meta. Thank you. Who's Foley? This is the problem, right? When people don't play with their names, it leaves people like me confused, because I don't know everyone so well. But yeah, he's saying pure hover is valid meta. I'm not gonna say that's not true. It does work. It's certainly not my preferred thing to do, but that's okay. Some of these players are better than me. Most of them are better than me. That's just the way the numbers work. Got some reclaim going on here. Okay, so I should pay more attention to that. But basically the ACU here that was TML and this bit here got wrecked by torp bombers. So I guess that was fine. When you're the middle player, dying isn't the end of the world. He did damage to his middle. His base is definitely more impressive than Blue's base. He's out there, and then these resources go to Strybjorn from Sweden, so he can build his navy better because there's more resources than Mr. Pants. But it does also mean that you are a player down, and that means where's Micro? Did I get your flimsy cyber in HQ or not? Yes, so that's nice. Too many torp bomber. This is, you probably want to focus the cruiser first, and I'm sure he will when he realizes it's there to get around it. So yeah, poor YOLO lost his navy to White's air supremacy, and that's pretty much what happened here. And it's really hard to come back from this, because he was right up here and training very well against the spam, but now because White has interfered, he's gonna lose, which is sad. And there he is being sad that don't lose air, and he lost air. And like, you know, it's White was also building, you know, strat torp bombers and restorers, so it definitely makes it a little bit easier for Lucius to have just built air. I mean, he has built an air, but not really as much. I spam frigates south, hope we can crush now. I spam frigates south, hope we can crush now. Yeah, YOLO does have a problem over there. That is so true. The top bombers keep coming out. So what's happening here? It's about 50 minutes in. We should be seeing T3 Maxes from air players being built and invested all over the place. Teal says spam frigates. Don't fight air. Why did you fight air when I said don't fight air? Because people do things. And never a truer statement has been said than people do things. So this is lost. For sure. Yellow needs a new plan, right? He isn't going to win this. This just isn't going to happen. He just has to accept the fact that he isn't going to win this. He's going to lose this. If he tries really hard, he might be able to save this. And the way he can do this is by building a ton of shields and having RT built now before all the ships arrive. Then he might be able to save this. But otherwise, he won't. Also, I've just noted or realized that this floaty shit can just walk up. That's a very appealing part of the all floaty strat, which is something that I really had appreciated before. I mean, if you had cruisers and battleships, they could, you know, wreck the stuff anyway, so you don't really need a floaty, but they can do that. North Sea, not much is happening apparently. What upgrades are we seeing? Still a lot of T2 Maxes out for both the T3 players, the air players. Licious is definitely much more economically viable than White, which is good, so North still has hope. But these restorers are just causing so much trouble. The problem with the restorer is that Yellow can't deal with them himself. He needs his air player to help him, and coordination can be difficult. Like this just does, I don't think this is worth it for purple. I mean, he killed the restorers, but I mean, like they're done. They killed everything here. So fighting here, the air I think was a poor choice because now the wrecks are all, you know, here and not, you know, somewhere else that's easier for South to help. Ooh, those are requests for help, please. Oh my goodness, so much help. Please go T2 Navy so we can eco rock and front. I help North next. Yeah, I think that's right. I think some Navy from Hell probably would just be fantastic. Just some destroyers and cruisers here just is so cost effective. But Hell doesn't seem to really like Navy at all. So okay, it's happening. It's happening. Maybe he understands that because, you know, the spam has achieved its purpose. Might as well. Chillax. I don't know if you noticed, but the most effective way to get someone to not chillax is to tell them to chillax. It's just super ineffective. I need some more tea. So I set a focus on middle, and the middle basically had served its purpose. So basically the recap here is both players went the T2 engineering suite. There were Cerberuses versus Triads. The Triads should always win. The Cerberuses got up first. They were winning. And then Mel Gibson just kind of used his ACU to tangle the damage that was going to his PDs. And that went that way, enable shield. Even though his ACU was very, very low hit points at that point, he then, you know, TML'd most of Blue's shit with his ACU before he got sniped. So it was actually a very effective play, even though he lost his ACU. I'm quite happy, and I think he played well, and definitely goes team an advantage. This shit is still producing economically for the North Navy, so North Navy has an advantage. Just because you can channel all those resources more easily into bigger and better Navy. Oh my god, these roars are going to cause so much trouble. They're going to have a plan to deal with it, and air probably isn't the best way because, you know, White seems to have air superiority. So if they just, I guess there's a hoplite, but I wonder where he's going to go with this. You could either, I think he's going straight for the air player, which is the more high return strategy, but he could just wreck this now. But they're going to wreck this now with Navy, presumably at some point a destroyer is going to be built. So it looks like these destroyers are going to destroy this, but I mean, again, this doesn't have any value anymore. This isn't going to stop anything of any kind of land push at this point in the game, and there's like one max, two, somewhere. There is a second one here somewhere. It's there, I guess. So that's happening. Still, it's being defended. We do have gunships coming out to take care of the Auroras, which is totally fine, but Isn't White going to come in and take it? What is wrong with you? Hell, you're neurotic. Nothing's wrong. I do feel Hell should have got out Destroyers much sooner. I think that would have definitely been the more effective play, but I guess he doesn't want to, so I guess so. Foley, just stop helping him. His damages. I don't know who Foley is. Foley. It's Yoli Foley, who knows? Yeah, these Auroras aren't actually going to do much damage. They should have just gone down here and done what they could. They didn't have enough time to get up here. I don't think they're even going to kill a single max. Yeah, Monkey Lord is in the offering, and I don't hate that at all. Monkey Lords can easily be dealt with at this stage of the game with either gunships or strap bombers. Gunships are the preferred choice in air in dealing with Monkey Lords. Which north side or south side? So I go Monkey Lord or Hildegard. Hildegard is this guy, so there's the Monkey Lord. It's already about 20% done. That should cause trouble. As long as White can maintain air superiority and some kind of naval semblance, that's a really good choice. There's not that much share that can stop it. We've got some navy coming out from the UAF here, which is good. I guess I'm really surprised just how little navy has been built by either side. And there's been some naval play in north, and it's definitely going to ramp up really soon. It looks like we've got battleships coming out here soon. Battleships are fun. Definitely a lull in the fighting. All the Auroras are dead. Jeez, it's kind of really a lost opportunity because they really could have just come in here, really caused some trouble. There's enough of them. Looks like there's a common drop. And note that there is like a stealth generator on the air transport, which definitely makes it a more viable strategy of, you know, not being deaded. Well, Monkey Lord probably dumb then, but too far to stop. I make stealth comm drop in Foley base. Okay, yes. And more mass, so maybe I can kill mid, then I go south. I like the Monkey Lord. I think it's a definitely reasonable option, especially with this now. There was, I mean, if they just got the navy out sooner, they could have wrecked this easily, but they delayed much too long. And now there's this, so this is actually not going to be easily dealt with, or can't be dealt with this navy. It needs much more investment. So this is definitely a good move from our Strijer from Sweden. That's how you say his name. You have to do it in a Swedish accent, otherwise he gets angry at you. He'll write me a rude email about how you've pronounced my name wrong and you are making fun of my accent. Oh my god, that was terrible. I should be ashamed of myself. And you know what, I am, because that actually was bad, but I'm not known for my accents and I should not do them. That is just the way my life is. And that's kind of sad, right? Like, some people are really good at making accents, some people aren't. You've got a strap bomber out, that's exciting. What is it going to do? SAM site, yes, is not going to do too much damage here. I think it might be to destroy this naval factory. A bomb down there might actually just go for the engineers, just try and prevent the production coming out. I don't really know any other viable targets. That SAM site's just going to take it out. Too many SAM sites here, and there's only one of them. So presumably he has to survive. We've got this coming down here, which is a nice utility use of these gunships, which we used to take out the Auroras. Where's the strap bomber is here. Yeah, it's going for the naval factory. And going for the torpedo launchers. Don't hate that either. Looks like he's definitely going to survive for another run. We'll get veterancy soon as well. He's been fled. Is he going for the... He hit nothing, so I don't know what that was about. At this point, go for the factory, dude. Battleships. Battleship time. That's good. Oh boy, the Monkey Lord is out. That is fantastic. And again, I don't think there's much here in the way that can actually stop it. There really isn't. This navy might cause trouble. Ooh, this will stop the Monkey Lord. That's for sure. I don't think they know that's coming. Okay, I'm sorry I missed this. I didn't note him driving up in his stealth boat ship, and he mentioned it, and it's just getting fled now. We do have a lot of gunships, Spectres. These are Spectres, right? Yeah. Dealing with this situation. Are there enough I don't think he's actually building them any right now because engineers coming down. Just put some PDs there. Who's winning this? You want to kill the shield? Yeah, definitely. Some nice micro coming down. I don't... This is going to be close. This is definitely going to be close. But it looks like YOLO is going to win this, or survive this particular part of the rush. He's not getting enough damage on his gunships, and there's too much PD coming out. That is just bad. Hell, you... Oh, dearie. Yeah. Okay. White's upset with Hell. And... I don't know if this is really exactly his fault completely, but... Getting some radar down. So, yeah. Yeah, White has quit. I think he's just a little bit too upset about the situation that happened there. Don't think I can really blame him. That was pretty unfortunate there. Or at least, I mean, he was basically trashed. The blame on Hell is probably overinflated. As always, right? Like, people just get angry. And I think this is the game, right? I don't think... yeah, Hildegard is ended, and... Yeah, okay, Southside's collapse. Okay, so... Let's talk about this game here. What happened. I already recapped what happened in the middle situation. Very controversially in this game, Hell went for a strong harbor strat, and, you know, it holds off the Navy. They somehow won the Navy despite him barely building a single ship, which was interesting. That was largely because of White building some air superiority and trying to kill what Navy YOLO built. YOLO not really built that much Navy either. But yeah, getting wrecked by White's air. We had some experimentals coming down the middle. They didn't really do too much. The game kind of ended before that happened. There's still a lot of harbor coming through. But yeah, when they had the South Sea won, all they had to do was get a few destroyers here and just wreck the stuff, and that probably would have prevented this drop here, because there was a long time between losing South Sea and that drop coming through. Either that or, you know, just seeing it beforehand. Yeah, I really liked how Mel Gibson played. He won his PD duel and then he started sniping here. He died, but who cares, right? He gave Steven an advantage. So yeah, that's this cast. I'm going to say goodbye now, and I hope to see you guys next time.